Okay, I'm back with a better mic. I had a Shure mic laying around here somewhere, and so I'm like, okay, I'll go ahead and plug it in. So, you know, I just kind of do these things off the cuff after work. I have a job. I go to work Monday through Friday at midnight for 5 days. I earn a paycheck, 40 hours a week. I'm still working, and I'll try to do these videos when I can. But, I don't have a lot of time, free time. So, what am I going to discuss today? I think I'm going to go back to this value, how I value the million token, because I don't think people get it. If people got it, they wouldn't be selling right now, just like in the early days of Bitcoin. So I'm going to review this one more time, and I'm going to add a little bit more information that I didn't in my previous video. So in review, and go back and watch my previous video if you haven't already. So quick review. Million supply max for million token, 21 million for Bitcoin. Currently the price is $89 for a million, and right now Bitcoin is crashing at 30,776, and it may continue to go down. Right now there's a lot of fear in the market. We've got an index of 24 for extreme fear, and Bitcoin is currently looking bearish. So in the long term, when it's above these support lines, it's in a bull market, and when it's down, it's in a bear trend. Bull market, bear trend. When it's above, bull market. When it crosses and can't get above it, we're in a bear trend. Bull trend, and a bear trend. Bull trend, and now look, we're below it. So will we get support down here at this green band? I don't know. But the on-chain analysts are saying that the whales are starting to buy. They were selling Bitcoins up here where it kind of flattened out and bottomed out, and I think on-chain analysis from Glassnode is saying that they started rebuying, and we're really pretty far off the stock-to-flow model from Willy Woo's stuff. So I think we're going to have a bounce, but I don't really care because I'm a hodler, right? I'm just going to hold for generational wealth. So if we go down, I don't care. If we go up, I don't care. If we come to these red bands, I'm going to probably be taking some profit. So by the way, these metrics or these tools I'm using, these indicators, are from this guy, Benjamin Cohen. I subscribe to his stuff, and I get some free, not free indicators, but he'll send you some indicators to do this sort of stuff. But he's definitely like a numbers guy, and I am definitely a numbers guy. And so I definitely follow him. And another guy I follow is this guy, Invest Answers. And he mentioned in his last video that he's looking into token. And he's mentioned it twice now. So I think he's going to be working on it. And he's definitely a numbers guy. And both these guys put in so much work, So I think when he puts out a review, if he thinks like me, he's going to be very bullish on it. Because he's going to probably talk about numbers that I'm going to be talking about in this video. But you get to hear it from me first because, I don't really have polished videos. I just sit down at my computer and talk. Okay. These guys are professionals, right? When it comes to content and stuff. I'm just some dude on the internet. So I just want to mention those guys out because I think we think alike. So back to the spreadsheet. So if you want to be in the top 1%, and I've said this before, you have to have like almost a quarter of a Bitcoin, and at the current price, you have to have like about $8,600 to be a quarter percent, to be 1%er. And right now, with the money token price, you have to spend like $1.19. This is speculation, right? And I already discussed 1 through 6, but I do want to talk about number 7, which I thought of after I made the video. So, Bitcoin took a big market from the gold. Like, people want store value. And in the past, at my age, my grandparents, they probably invested in gold, and because that's what they were taught to do. And it was a good idea at the time, but now there's something better, and it was Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, I think, took a large part of gold is because in the early days there just weren't a lot of people in Bitcoin. They didn't know about it. They didn't understand it. And I think we're kind of like that with million token versus Bitcoin. People don't understand it. I perfectly understand it. It's not a Ponzi. And the same FUD you hear about million token, which is the same stuff they were saying about the early days of Bitcoin. But basically, my point is, the market's not saturated right now for this million token. Um, and I'm going to say one other thing, which some people might not like, but you know, there's going to be copycat coins, right? There's going to be a coin called like a billion token or a trillion token or a quadrillion token. And, they're going to play on the whole unit bias thing where you can get, oh, so many tokens for a buck. Like, I'm not going to mention any names, but you know what I'm talking about. But this is the first coin of its kind on the Ethereum blockchain that has no coin inflation. Okay. And like Bitcoin, you know, the miners, they really don't want to sell the Bitcoin. If the Bitcoin price keeps going up, why would they want to sell it, right? They're going to hodl it. But at some point, you're going to have this giant parabolic move because the price keeps going up. And you're going to have a hockey stick move like we did with Million Token. And then the miners are like, oh, wow, we could sell the Bitcoin that we've been hodling. We could pay for our miners and electricity costs and stuff for what would go for the next 4 years. So they're going to start dumping. And this happens usually at the end of the year because it has something to do with taxes. People want to sell and take profits and do their taxes. And I don't know who starts. Like eventually it'll start dropping and somebody's going to panic with a lot of Bitcoin. But most of the Bitcoins are with miners, and when they start selling, you're going to have a bear market for like a year. So you don't have to worry about that with this million token. They're all out there, and it's just secured by the Ethereum blockchain. So I do want to throw that out there. I should have probably talked about that before. But anyway, back to what I was trying to say. If you had $1,000 investment, if you want to be a one percenter, no. If you had $1,000 investment today, that can give you at today's price like 11.1 million tokens or 0.03 Bitcoin. And my philosophy is you just hodl. So let's say you just wait 10 years. Next question is, well, in 10 years, what's the price of Bitcoin going to be? And, I think $1 million isn't too far off if you're just waiting. If you look at the stock to flow model, okay, and then you just have to figure out, well, how much of that market cap is going to be taken by new technology like Million Token, okay? Well, it's not a new technology, but to me, it's a store of value with no coin inflation, and that's why I bought it. I didn't even know about the whole marketing campaign of made by a millionaire for millionaires, something like that. I didn't know anything about that. And that brings me to a point right now before I forget is, if you're selling these coins to millionaires, why are you selling it so cheap? I bought like 153 tokens, I think, recently for $6,000 at $42. I mean, I wouldn't sell it for anything less than 1,000. And back to the whole thing about these copycat coins. And when they come up, we're going to have to stand out amongst the copycat coins. And one way is, of course, through being a first mover. And I think Tech Lead and the whole crew behind Million Token Army or whatever, they're doing a really good job. I mean, it's already like on 3 exchanges. And I think it's going to be listed on Binance Exchange. I think Tech Lead tweeted that on his Twitter page. So first move advantage is really good, but I'm kind of trying to push education. The early investors of Bitcoin, they didn't really understand the hodl and how important that was. If you're listening to my voice and you're getting into Million Token, well, I don't know what that was. Something on my iPad. 1 second. Sorry about that. That's my wife calling me. So, like this is totally unscripted. I'm not going to edit that out. Sorry about that. I just don't have time. I'm just doing this when I can do this. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, we can distinguish ourselves as a million token holder, um, as smarter investors, really, at this point. Um, and one way we can do that is to say, if I'm going to sell this to a millionaire, I'm not going to sell it for anything less than $1,000, period. If you're buying this token right now, it should be money that, you don't mind losing because it's, everything in crypto could be a speculative investment. You can even say Bitcoin could be, but, there's probably less risk in it. And I don't really see the risk any different than with million token. There's going to be more volatility because there's not that many investors in it now, right? I think when I got into it, it was under 1,000 people, and now we're at 13,000 something. But I just want to throw that in there because, we're going to have to stand out from other copycat coins. And if we just don't sell and to at least 1,000, you're going to see this giant hockey stick thing again, and we're going to stand out. We're going to we're not going to sell for $1,000 or less. But you're going to have to we're going to have to find a way to stand out from other altcoins that are going to copycat us. And that's just one idea I had. I mean, if you're marketing to selling to millionaires, I don't know why you're selling so cheap. But I'll buy more. Drop the price down. I'll buy more. But I don't want to. Anyway, so where were we? Okay, so the Bitcoin market cap is simply the supply times the price. So if we're going to assume in 10 years Bitcoin is going to be $1 million, then you just take $1 million times the supply, and you're going to get a $21 trillion market cap. So how much do you think the million token is going to take from that market cap? 1%, right? Maybe. Probably in my opinion. I'm just saying 1% because it's low. It's like the lowest number I would put in. So 1% times 1 trillion is this number here. Let's see now. Oh, wait, yeah, right. So if they were equal, no, I think that's right. Yeah, 1% times 21 trillion is this number right here. That would be million, billion, 210 billion. Is that right? Okay. There's only 1 million of these, so that means one token would have to equal $210,000 in 10 years for just one. Okay, if it were to take a market cap of 1%. Now, personally, I think that's very conservative. If it was 5%, you're looking at $1 million token in 10 years. If Bitcoin hits $1 million, and you could just do these spreadsheets yourself and come up with numbers. But I'm just going to put 1% because I just want to be conservative. So that $1,000 investment, right, that we started off at the beginning, that gave you like 11.15 million tokens, and gave you this amount in Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's price is at $1 million, and million token price is at 210 with a 1% market cap. See right there. So you multiply these two, and so if you had 11 tokens at this price, you'd have $2.3 million in 10 years. Okay. That Bitcoin that you bought 10 years ago for $1,000 is now worth $1 million. You multiply these two, and now you're sitting at $32,482. So your investment with Bitcoin, went up 32x or something, and then but with million token, it's like, God, it's like totally exponential because you were an early investor, right? So this divided by this gives you like a 72x gain over Bitcoin because you got in early. Like, well, how did I get in early? The early investors already got in, and we had that parabolic move. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a moment. So let's say right now you've got 10 tokens of this million token. Well, if the price is this, you just take that times that, and you've got $2 million, 2.1 million. Now, let's say you have 100 tokens That's $21 million. So, you could just use I just love playing with numbers. So if you had two of these, so let's say you spent 200 bucks and you got two tokens. In 10 years, you could be sitting on $420,000. And that's just with million token at a 1% market cap. I mean, if it just takes 2%, right? Then you just like doubled your money. You're at like $840,000, I mean, the numbers are stupidly crazy for the, this is what I'm talking about, alpha. If you want an alpha investment, you just get into something that you believe in early before everybody else does. For me, this could be potentially a better store of value than Bitcoin just because you don't have the miner selling pressure and there's no inflation rate of, like, right now, Bitcoin I think has an inflation rate of 1.5%. So, if I had that in a bank account and it was losing 1.5% every year, I would be losing money. But with million token, not only would I not lose money, but the adoption, the market's not saturated yet, right? Other people are going to want this token, and I'm not selling because I know what I got. I understand value, and these people that are selling. Let's maybe pull up another chart here. We had this giant move up, right? From, we started out $1, and then we went up to $35. This is the million token chart when it first came out. This is July 4th, and then we had a drop of 91%, right? We were all the way down to like $2.60. And you could do these same charting with the early days of Bitcoin, how much it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay. But these are the early investors. These are the people that got in real early. So you could have 40x your money and you're like, okay, I'm out. But you just never know where the top is and you never know where the bottom is. But that was a 90% drop right there. And I got in here for $3.47 or something like that. And I thought, I'll just put a couple $100 in and I'll buy when it comes down. And I really never got that chance. So you buy when there's blood in the streets, when there's like a 50% dip or more. And typically a bear market usually ends after 80 or 90%. All coins can drop like 96%, but we had a 92% drop here. So we start recovering, right? We had a parabolic move like we had recently, right? We went up to like $220 and then we crashed like 80 something percent. And well, this one we had before, we went up to $36 and then we crashed 90%. And then everybody's scared. What do the smart money do? They buy when everybody's scared. Okay. So, I just had a little bit of money in my checking account and I'm like, well, how do I get more tokens? So I just started liquidating. I started liquidating my altcoins in a massive way. I sold all my hex and I had like $70,000 worth from here to here. I wasn't caring about price. I saw the price had already gone up to, $40, $35. This is where the smart money understands value. Okay. It kept going up. We had a pullback. A pullback of what? What was that? 17%. I said, I'm knocking on the door like that Grim Reaper you see on the memes. They're knocking on the door with the sickle, just slashing everything. I said, okay, what am I going to sell next? I sold all my KNC, all of it. And then the price went up. It had a correction. We had a correction of almost 30%, right? I'm knocking on my altcoin door. I'm like, what am I going to sell next? I'm going to sell all my Aave, okay? And I kept doing that all the way up. I didn't, I just wanted, every time the price went up and there was a dip, I'm trying to buy something. So I'm knocking on the door. I'm going to sell all my Swissborg. I'm going to sell all my Chainlink. I'm going to sell all my synthetics. This is like $100,000 right here as the price is going up. But I knew we were already at like $36, right? So now we're we're about where we were here, and pretty much I've liquidated the majority of my altcoins. I've got a few thousand more, and I'll liquidate them if you guys drop the price down lower than when I last bought at $42. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm trying to educate you people, like how we think. Okay, so at this point, I'm still waiting for a pullback, but I really didn't get it. So then we had this consolidation here, and then you know what happened. We just went nuclear, right? You had a percent gain of 30%, which was, I think if you take the pole here and here, and it comes out, this chart's really nice. But before we had a cup and handle, and then we had a breakout, and we kept going up and up. Here we had a pullback of 21%, but to me, I'm not chasing, parabolic gains that like are crazy. This was a nice cup and handle. It was kind of smooth here, so I was a little bit okay yet with that. But come to think of it, when I started buying here, when I was done buying, the market had already moved 96%. So, but these moves, these giant moves here are just crazy, right? We had a pullback of 21%. Is that right? Yeah, from here to here, 21% pullback, but it kept going. Pullback of, what is that? 18%. You just never know where these tops are. This is the same thing that Bitcoin does. Okay, here we go. And we're at the top of like 223%. And now we're having a correction, just like we did right there. This giant move that you saw earlier is so small compared to this, right? But look, we have a 82% discount on something that was $220. If you're thinking like me, when I saw a 90% discount, or if you just move this to where the body of the candle closes, right there, that was like an 80% drop. And you've got the same thing going on right now. This is where people are scared. You saw the fear index, right? There's extreme fear right now in the market, and really, I really don't want to say this. I don't want the Bitcoin cycle to end right now, right? But if we go in a bear market, everything's going to go dropping, right? People are going to be like, oh, I'm going to sell my million token, and it's going to go down to $20 or $10, and I'll be happy to buy them. I know what value is, right? I went over this with you just a moment ago with this sheet. You could have two tokens possibly worth $840,000 with a 2% market cap of Bitcoin. Personally, I think it could flip it, but I don't know when. And it's crazy, but let's say it took 50%. Your 2 million tokens, your two tokens are now worth $21 million in 10 years. But this is all speculation. But the number's so crazy to me. That's why I started liquidating tokens. I think those are some nice altcoins, right? They were like the blue chip altcoins I sold. That's where I had most of my money because they were so good. I didn't really have the high inflation tokens that some of the meme coins are. I don't consider million token a meme coin. Its use value is, its use is a store of value in my opinion. And if people keep talking about it being like, oh, there's no use case for it or something, well, that's what they were saying with Bitcoin in the early days. So, I don't want to talk too much longer. I kind of do these things when I can. So, if you guys, where's that chart? Where's that chart? Okay, so we're at $900. And I know people are still talking about, oh, the number 2 whale on the million token holder, it keeps selling and whatever. Now you guys know how I value how I value this token, the million token. If you buy when these idiots are selling, or these bots are selling, you know, just hodl it out. This move here, this giant move to 220, is gonna look like this move down here. I guarantee it. Now, as a smart investor, you could buy like I did. I didn't look at the price. I kept buying, and I kept dollar cost averaging. I just kept dollar cost averaging. Now, if the price goes down, hey, you get a great discount. But if the majority, if everybody thought like me, this thing would be at like $1,000 already, right? Because I'm not selling. That's what's going to make us different. If you could buy and don't worry about the money, and just say I'm not going to sell until $1,000. This is gonna scream. It's going to be something that you've never seen. People are going to take notice, and to be honest, why I was holding these altcoins is because some of them were outperforming Bitcoin. Like Chainlink even was outperforming Bitcoin in the bear market. But these companies, they could sell whenever they want, right? To fund their company or whatever, right? I bought it because I thought they would outpace Bitcoin. I'm telling you that this million token is going to outpace Bitcoin, and there's really like less risk because it's not tied to a company or something, right? So that's why I sold my altcoins, and I'll be knocking on that altcoin door again, slaying altcoins if the price drops, and you're going to have a tsunami effect if this thing takes off. If we don't sell to like $1,000, people are going to be selling their shit coins for the best altcoin out there. That's just my opinion. This is none of what I'm saying is financial advice, by the way. This is just how I'm thinking. So I hope that clears some things up about the value. I think you guys, I think, you know, I still think this is a discount. You saw the numbers on the spreadsheet. Make your own spreadsheet. Play around with the numbers. It's just, simple multiplication and addition, division. So I think I've been talking long enough. I don't know how many videos I'm going to do with this, but the future of this channel basically is just education, buying the dips, and hodl. Once this thing, if we break above 220, there's this channel called Bob Lucas on YouTube. I don't I should have pulled it up earlier to share, but he's got this like 4-year journey on Bitcoin, and you just buy and you hold through the volatility. It's easy if you get in early right here to hold through the volatility because you're still up, right? I'm telling you, if you get in here, it's going to be a lot easier to hold through the volatility when this thing breaks 220 and never comes back down. Okay. So yeah, definitely check out his channel, Bob Lucas. And there's so many lessons to be learned from the Bitcoin OGs from the past, and we can learn from them. You know, I'm not tearing down any of these altcoins. I think they're good projects, and Bitcoin's great and everything. But I'm just saying, for me, the projection of this million token, because it's so early, is unreal. And I haven't sold any of my Bitcoin yet. But if you want to drop the price down, you know, I'll sell some for this token. It's for me, it's about risk management, asset allocation. I didn't go all in with this stuff. I want to clear that, get that out there. The amount of money I put into this token is like a small amount of my net worth. It's like, just it's a single digit. Okay, it's small. So if this drops, and I get $1 from my token from Tech Lead, I don't think it's going to happen. There's just too much potential. But me personally, I'm okay. That's my risk tolerance. You know, you have to decide for yourself what to do. For me, it's dollar cost average. I did it here, going up, and I'm doing it going down. Will we go back below 40? I don't think so. But if the market crashes and Bitcoin starts going into bear market, and people panic sell, I'll be panic buying just like I did over here. And I'll just wait. I'll wait and I'll wait, just like I've done. My funds will sit in that hardware wallet, until the market recovers. I'm a very patient guy. So, I hope these lessons sink in with you people, and I'll talk another time later. Thanks. Bye.